And the Grammy goes to?
Every year around the Grammys, someone declares an artist an overnight success. But there is no such thing as an overnight Grammy win. What looks like sudden recognition is almost always the visible surface of a long career under the surface. Grammy recognition is the moment the industry finally acknowledges years of craft, persistence, growth, not the beginning of success. How about, for example,
Cowboy Carter, Beyonce.
of course, she won Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter 2025. It was her first win in the category. She'd spent 20 years building her career. She'd been nominated for that Album of the Year award 4 times without winning. When she won, it was not a sudden flash, you know. It was the culmination of a lifetime of work and reinvention and resilience. But how about some other artists you may not know so much, like Esperanza Spalding, the jazz bassist, vocalist? She won Best New Artist Grammy in 2011, which was historic for a jazz musician competing against mainstream pop acts, but she'd already been recording and performing for years before that win. She released her first album 5 years before that. She kept building her musical identity. And what about Victoria Monét? She was the 2024 Best New Artist winner, but Victoria Monét had already spent more than a decade in music before her Grammy moment. She co-wrote hits for Ariana Grande and others. She quietly was building her skills and networks and creative identity. That ultimately led to her breakthrough. Half of her career was behind the scenes. See how long it can take to get noticed? I'm sharing these stories to show something powerful for creators of all kinds. Grammy recognition is not a starting gun. It is a flag at the end of a long race. The artist's work, years of refinement, collaborations, early projects, incremental growth is what actually earns a place in the spotlight. For creatives and entrepreneurs, this distinction matters. Too many people look at accolades and assume success must arrive quickly once work enters the public eye. In reality, recognition systems like the Grammys award trajectory, not moments. So if you're feeling like, hey, I'm not there yet, remember, accolades appear visible only at the end of a long process. What looks sudden is really years in the making. If you want more system-level thinking about how creative careers and persistence and success are actually built, follow me here and let me know in the comments, what are you building?